really bright. Hello, everybody. Let's put some of these lights up off of me a little bit. Ooh, that lights up the rest of the room, and I see dots. That's my new light I got. All right, so we're here to talk bargain shopping and thrifting. So I'm going to start with my Joann haul from the last pattern sale. Hi, Brittany. And then I will talk about Goodwill from today and a few days back we went. So Goodwill, no, Joann's. If you recall the denim, hi Sharon, that I got for $2, I'm making overalls out of it. So I needed the buttons and the buckles. And these cost me over $10 for these two packages. So yeah, so these are where the most costs are coming from my overall. And then I just picked up some simplicity patterns while they were $1.99. So I'll talk about those first for those that have seen this and are coming here for sewing related. After I do this, there is some sewing related stuff in the Goodwill, but if you're only interested in the patterns, here you go. So I got Simplicity 9646 because I like this little top right here. The others are cute. I'm not one of that's joined the club of the fat sleeves. I don't care for that, but I do like that little top. So I got that one. And then these were $1.99. And this is Simplicity 9541, just a real basic little sundress with or without ruffle, and then this little jacket. And then the last pattern I got, I got two patterns here. I got this one, 9508 for these little sling bags. And I think it was T from Crumpets Tea and Sewing had showed this, if I remember right. I could be wrong. It could have been one of the other sewing channels, but I thought it was a really cool pattern. So I picked that one up. And then the last one I got, I don't like to wear shoes in the house. I wear either those fuzzy socks or slippers. So this is a combination. Oh my gosh, these cats are driving me crazy. Slipper socks, 9531. And I thought they were cute. Stop it. Somebody was digging on the door. Scott said, stop what? He was opening the door for the nuisance. Anyway, sorry for the cat interruptions. Around here, if you're new, we have cat interruptions. So that was my patterns and my hardware for my overalls. That was it. Now, last week, Goodwill, I found some non-roll elastic for $1.95. That light is like really shining off my silver hair. Let's see if that makes it any better. You can see my carts then. That's a little better. The other way, I was kind of washed out. So anywho, let's look and see what else I got last week. Because I don't remember. They've been in a bag waiting for me to do. Water-soluble marking pencil. Can't really see it. $1.95. It's in white. There you go. I might have to do something about my light. It's pretty bright. And then I found these fabrics. They're cotton. My concern, though, is they're pretty sheer. I can just about see through that. So whatever I make out of these, I will have to line. But I got this one. And I got this plaid. And I don't remember how much they cost or anything, but they were from Goodwill. So that's how I'm going to buy my fabric until I've used up some, is if I find a bargain at Goodwill. And of course, those are going to be washed when I get my washing machine tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Thursday, we're getting the new washing machine because ours died mid-cycle the other day. All right, so that's all I got the other day. These will need to be washed, so I'll just throw them over there for right now. All right, then today we went in the side that's like a regular retail Goodwill, and we went in the bins. So I'll save the bins for last. So in the regular shop, and I got my senior citizen discount today. So I got 25% off. But these are just styrofoam balls because, you know, if you go to Michael's or Joann's or anywhere like that to get styrofoam, it's crazy expensive. And I like to do where you take sequin pins and ribbon and just cover these with just little sections of ribbon. It takes a lot of ribbon or fabric to cover one of these. You'd be surprised at how much you can use up. You can also use squares of fabric to do that. And I can show that if you guys are interested. And then the last is another piece of fabric that I just thought was so cute. Guys, really? I know we've been gone, but seriously. Oh, it's upside down. Now this one I thought either the skirt for a little girl's dress, or wouldn't it be cute pot holders? I think it would make some cute pot holders to give as gifts. Okay, Sharon, we can do that. And I'm sorry about the cats, you guys. It's just, they run the place. You know that. Jeez, you know that. All right, Goodwill bins. You pay by the pound. Spent $13 in the bins today, so you can do the math. But that included a roundup. You know, it was like $12.95. So I let them round it up to $13. And I got this. So let's see what I got. Brittany knows about kitties. She knows. She knows. All right. So at the bins, it's basically bins of stuff. And you just go through and you find the things that interest you and you throw them in this rolling trash can like thing that's lined with this great white bag for anybody that doesn't know. So I came across this. It's still in powder form. It was never used. It's a tie-dye kit. Never used. So I put that in my bin. It's still got, looks like some fabric. No, it's got the drop cloth and rubber bands. And it's got all the dyes, every color imaginable. See that? So I thought that right there is worth something. Mind you, I paid $13 for all of this. Got that. I found some yarn, and I just said I don't need any more yarn. But, you know, if I start making lap gowns for veterans and old folks' homes or, you know, daycare centers, I might use it all up before I know it. So I got these two, and I thought they were pretty together. And they were in two different bins, so can't beat that. Then, let's see. I'm going to pull the stuff out that might break. Then look at this. It's a flower pot with all these little bees on it. I just love this. It doesn't look like it's ever been used. It's perfectly clean inside. Somebody probably gave it to somebody and they said, ooh, I don't want that. But I love it. I love that it's got one little bee right there on the edge. So that was cute. We don't know if this is going to work or not. We'll have to wait and see if one of the cats selects it. But it's another basket because, you know, they fight over the one that's right here on the table. So I'll stick a towel in this one and sit it over on another window place. It's smaller than the other one, but Scott said maybe Tippy could fit in this one. So that's why we got that. It's for one of the cats. We'll see if they come to check it out. Then these have never been opened. This is Raffia Ribbon. And, you know, you can use this on all kinds of stuff. Gifts, craft projects, all that kind of stuff. I don't know how many yards it is. It doesn't say, but it's a lot because see how, and it's thin. It's not a real thick ribbon. So I got those. Now this has got some staining, but I really love the embroidery on it. I don't know if you can see that embroidery. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And it's got little ones in the corners. That light's really bright, almost too bright. So that was in there. You can see where it looks like somebody put a pin in it or something. And you know the old pins used to rust really bad. So I don't know if I can get that out, but I was thinking I'll put this in a tub with some OxyClean and see if I can get any of it clean. I just really love these old, this is actually a table scarf. So I'll see if I can get that cleaned up. So I'll put that with the fabrics. Now this I picked up strictly so I can cheat and draw a pattern from it. It's kind of cheap and chintzy. It's from Thailand. It's got this cute elephant patch on it, but I got it for the bag. I'm going to just trace around it and create this bag again. And probably will throw this strap away because it's plastic. It's not leather or anything. So, and it's not lined. So when I make one, I will line it. I will probably take the time to take this all the way apart. So I have all the different components and draw the pattern out and then redo it to my own liking. Because I really like this. Because it cross bodies perfectly. I'll measure the strap so I know how long to make the strap. But I thought it was just a cute bag and it's perfect for like a day trip when you don't want to carry everything. Hi, Jane. We're going through what I've picked up at the Goodwill today. Now this is a candle wicking kit and it's got a pattern in here, a little one. Oops. There, you can see the pattern now. And then it's got some thread. And when I was going through my yarn collection, I found a whole spool of candle wicking thread. And then it's got a whole piece of some type of stitching material. And then this has got the basics, candle wicking instructions. I'm going to throw this bag away. I don't like that. Can go in the trash too. But you can make this pillow, basically. So I'll save those and put them with that other spool of thread that I came across. Then this was just a little piece of vintage fabric that I thought could be fun to do a small quilt with because I could use these as the centers in a little quilt. But look at them. They're little old-timey dinosaurs. Aren't they cute? What a fun little blanket that would be. So that'll go in my lingerie bag so I can wash it. Because if you put too small of a piece in your washing machine, all it's going to do is work it and fray it and it'll just be a mess. But if I put my little pieces like that in my lingerie bag that I zip closed, it can't get wrapped with the other fabrics so it doesn't get mauled as much. Yes, the instructions are more valuable than the product. And then this ribbon here was real pretty. I don't know if it's going to show or not. There you go. It's gold. And I thought it was really pretty. It was $1, but I was buying it at the bins, so I was paying by pound. Then I found a single package of single fold bias tape. And if I can find this at the bins or even at the thrift store and can get it for less than $5 a package, that's a deal because right now at Joann's, all of this kind of stuff has gone crazy through the roof. Have y'all noticed that like the bias tape, blanket binding, and all of that has gone up to like $5 to $10, maybe even more for some of the blanket bindings. I thought it was crazy the last time I looked, so I keep looking. Then Scott spotted Melissa and Doug. You know, it's just the box that something came in. What came in this one? The wooden stamp set. And I said, I use those boxes as shadow boxes. So I said, I'll take that. And then the last thing I got in this bag was some magazines. And I think people thought I was crazy because I was about upside down. Because some of the bins aren't up high. Some of them are boxes and you have to kind of reach down in. So basically I was butt up hanging over the edge of a box in a dress. So I probably put on a show. I kept trying to make sure my dress was covered and everything, but I was too into it because they're quilting magazines. Look, Quilter's World. And it's got show off a modern baby quilt, salvage surprises, make a clever treat bag, quilt diva extraordinaire, Amy Bradley. So this is how they're using this is why I got it. The salvages. If you save the salvages, you can make little bags like that, which I think is really cool. And then I got this quick quilt because I really love this color combination on the front. Not that I will make this quilt, but just for color reasons, I really like that. Basically, if you find a print of anything and then you can pull the colors out that are in it, you can make a quilt easy. So always pick your main busy fabric and then work around it. Like, look what they did here. Isn't that cool? And then I got a cross stitch magazine. Don't ask me why. I don't really cross stitch all that much, but I really like this Santa Claus with this little girl. I thought she was cute. I haven't looked through them all because I was trying to dig through that bin and just grab what I could. Oh, it's got the 12 days of Christmas in it. That could be fun. Wonder if it's got all 12 or just, looks like it has all 12 days. So I could either do ornaments or I could do a wall hanging. That's what they've done, and then stuck a wreath in the middle of it. That's pretty cool. It's got some other interesting patterns. So I'm going to sit and look at magazines this afternoon. And now this quilt I might have to make, but the reason I got this one, it said exclusive Jean Wells and Lowry Thorne's Wild Woods flannel quilt in here. And I have a brother-in-law that loves flannel, so I might make him a quilt. There's a basic 9 patch by 9 patch by 9 patch quilt. I thought that was cool to do small 9s, and then do a 9 patch of the 9 patches, and then do it into a quilt. So cool. And this is my all-time favorite magazine, and I couldn't remember if I had this one or not. I'll have to look through my selection. If I already have this one in my collection, the reason I got it is these magazines you cannot subscribe to. You have to buy them off the news stand, and some of them I missed, and I couldn't remember if I had this one or not. If I do, I know exactly who I'm going to send this to. And the reason I love this magazine so much is it's quilts and more. So you get more projects than just quilts. Like here they've got a tiny tote bag for gift giving, blocks for a baby, and then there's a little pincushion. So I love this magazine. Again, it's only like every other month and it comes on the newsstand. And the magazine rack, quite frankly, at Joann's sucks. So Joann's, if you're listening, your magazine setup sucks because you don't put anything by type, and it's so crowded you can't see all the magazines. Where they have it in my Joann's, it's just awful. It needs to be on a full height wall, or it needs to be a longer wall where you could spread that stuff out more so you could see all the magazines, because the magazine place is where a lot of people like to find things that are only available through the newsstand. So let me see what you guys are talking about, because that is it. That is it of my haul. But we had fun. I'm perfectly healthy according to my nurse practitioner. And she helped me out and put off labs until my next visit. She said, why can't all my patients be as healthy as you? So that tells you something. So she said I could put off my labs until January. So after we finished there and I set up my next appointment, we went to IHOP and had breakfast. And I think we had the slowest server on the planet. There was hardly anybody in there. But it was almost like she could only wait on one table at a time. And it was like she had to completely finish with one table before she started the next one. And then she got my order wrong. And I told Scott, I said, I'm not saying anything simply because I don't want to wait for any more food. I want to eat. Because see, I had fasted thinking I have labs, and then I didn't have labs. So I said, let's just eat it and then we'll go thrifting. So then we went and we stopped at Salvation Army because it's right near the doctor's office. They didn't have anything today, but Scott had a very colorful conversation with some ladies. He walked up and he said, I'm coming over here to hang out with the something club. And they just laughed and laughed. He said, I want to go where all the people are happy. Oh, the best part of the doctor's visit. Hold up. I got to tell you about the best part of the doctor's visit. On my way out, after I had set up my next appointment, this gentleman opened the door and said, are you coming out? And I said, I sure am. And I said, thank you for holding the door for me. And he was walking real slow. And he got to the elevator with us. And Scott asked him, if he was a World War II vet. And he said, yeah. He said, I'm 96. And he said, and I still work a full-time job. And I'm like, man, he might not get anywhere fast, but he's still working a full-time job at 96 years old. We have a lot to be ashamed of. But, he was we just enjoyed our conversation with him in the elevator going down. And then he got in his car and drove off. So, and y'all guess what he does for a living? He sells commercial real estate. I thought that was wonderful. No, I don't think she was new, Janet. I just don't think she cared. I really don't think she cared. That's what we're running into more and more is they just don't care. They're there for the job. They don't care if they do a good job. That's just my opinion. But my opinion, my experience. Nobody hustles anymore to make sure everybody's taken care of and that kind of thing. So then after Salvation Army, we went to the Goodwills, and you saw what happened there because all of this stuff followed us home. So that's all I have to share. Tomorrow, remember, I will be coming on at 10 o'clock instead of noon because Scott and I are going out for Senior Citizens Day at the South Carolina State Fair. And if we can, we'll be riding the Ferris wheel because senior citizens get to ride it for free tomorrow, which it's really cool because it's a really big Ferris wheel and you can see all around Columbia and around this part of the state. You can see for miles and miles when you're on the top. Thank you, Janet. All right, guys, I guess I'll let you go. And thank you for stopping in to see what we got. We had one other thing. It's some kind of placemat that Scott's already snagged. Oh, there was something else. We got this picture of dogwoods. And I'm going to clean it up really good. And I might even trim the mat area unless this is all on the glass. If this is on the glass, I'll leave it. But if it's gotten through and damaged the print, I'll probably trim the print down and maybe mat it on black instead. But I got this to go in our hall bathroom when we get finished because it's got the blues and the purple because we're painting the walls purple in there. And the tile has kind of a teal diamond in it. So we got that at the bins, I think. Yeah, at the bins we got this. It was part of the $13. All right, so that is that. I was going to say I'm going to go throw that stuff in the washer, but I am not because I don't have a washer right now. The new one comes Thursday. All right, guys, have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.